Hey, this is Steve from BC Barker Creations. We're going to do a how-to breeding video, but first I wanted to show you the snakes we're breeding this year. Let's see here. Well, we'll start here. This is our 09 male bumblebee from Nerd, New England Reptile Distributor. He's about 750 grams. Nice looking bumblebee, high white sides. And we're breeding him to, this is just a normal from BHP Reptiles. And she's sitting at about 16 to 1800 grams. So we're hoping to get some spiders, bumblebees, pastels, anything out of her. And we're also breeding the bumblebee to our, oh, she's nasty. Oh, she wants to come right out. To our blonde pastel, who's tight tub, who's nasty all the time. So we're hoping we're gonna get some blonde bees, killer bees, bumblebees, super pastels. I don't know, I think the bumblebee and this blonde pastel is going to make some real nice looking snakes. And she's from Jacob Ilka Reptiles. And she's on the light side. She's only sitting at about 1200 grams, but I figured I'd give it a shot and see what happens. I think in another month, because she's eating real good, she'd probably be up to weight anyways. But I haven't bred her yet. I'm going to wait a little while and then start breeding her. Probably in about a month. Then we also have, this is, this one is my 100% het albino female right here from 8 Ball Pythons. And then this is albino from 8 Ball Pythons. She's sitting at about 2600 grams, probably heavier than that now. But it was about a month and a half ago, she was sitting at 2600 grams. And this guy is a little bit small. He's probably about 600 grams. But I've seen him lock up twice now, so hopefully we'll get some more nice albinos. To breed ball pythons, you need to have a male and a female large enough. A male should weigh approximately 600 grams, and a female should weigh about 1500 grams. In the wild, ball python breeding happens in the coolest months of the year. The recommended temperatures for their cages are roughly 80 degrees Fahrenheit with a hot spot of 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Through October to November 1st, reduce the temperatures by 10 degrees to a minimum of 70 degrees Fahrenheit with a hot spot of 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit at night. And during the day, the temperatures should be your normal recommended temperatures, which are 80 degrees ambient temperature with a hot spot of 90 to 95 degrees. Keep these temperatures until the end of February. The decrease in temperature will cause the pythons to instinctively want to breed. By doing this, you are recreating their natural breeding season. After a week or so of cooler temperatures, introduce the male into the female's enclosure. You will leave him with her for about 3 days. After the 3 days, you will remove him and return him to his own cage. Give the male a day or two to relax and rest or eat before you reintroduce the male again. You continue to do this from November to February. At some point during these cooler months, you will see the male and female lock up or copulate. Do not disturb the snakes if this is happening. Leave them alone. Copulation can happen for as long as a few days. Even though you have seen them copulate, continue to introduce the male to the female's cage. Fertilization may not have occurred yet. The most important thing to watch for is the ovulation. Monitor your snakes daily or you will miss it. Ovulation only happens for a day or two. When the female ovulates, she looks unusually large, about 3/4 of the way down her body. This means the eggs have been fertilized, and you can stop introducing the male at this time. Once you have seen her ovulate, you have to keep track of her next shed. She will shed in about 15 days. When this happens, write the date down. The date can be used to estimate when egg laying will occur. After her shed, she should lay her eggs within 25 to 35 days. Do not handle the female until she has laid her eggs. Prepare for the clutch of eggs by getting your incubator ready. Your incubator should be at 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Set up an egg box for the eggs to go in. A plastic shoebox sized container with a lid. Drill 2 holes, 1/8 of an inch on both ends of the box. That's optional. I really don't do that. I used to do it, and I wrote this a while ago. You will need some kind of substrate in the bottom of the egg box. Either vermiculite or hatchite can be used directly. Hatchite can be used directly out of the bag, and vermiculite needs to be mixed with water. You can mix the vermiculite at a 1-to-1 ratio by weight, meaning if you use 1 pound of vermiculite, use 1 pound of water. Decide which you would like to use and place about 2 inches of the substrate in the egg box. Spread it evenly and put a thermometer and hygrometer on top of the substrate. Put lid on and place the egg box in the incubator. After a day, check to see what the temperatures and humidity inside the egg box. The temperature should be roughly 89 degrees Fahrenheit with a humidity of 90 to 95%. If the temperature does not meet the requirements, adjust your thermostat and check again in a day. If the humidity is too low, you may have to add a small amount of water to the substrate. If it is too high, add drier substrate to lower the humidity. You need to have the temperature and humidity correct or the eggs could go bad, either dry out or get moldy, killing the embryos inside. Over the next month, you will see the lower half of the female's body slowly grow. This is the eggs developing and calcifying. When the process is over, she lays an average of 4 to 8 eggs. After she has laid the eggs, you need to remove the eggs from her cage. She will not want you to do this. She will try to bite you and protect her eggs. But you have to remove them because it is usually not possible for the female to incubate them herself in captivity. The easiest way to get the eggs is to cover her and the eggs with a pillowcase. This way she feels safer and less threatened. Slowly grab 1 egg at a time if you can, and if not, you can slowly remove her and put her in another cage, and then you can get the eggs. Make sure you do not turn the eggs over. This will kill the embryo. Inside the egg, a bubble is formed at the top of the egg, and if it's turned over, the embryo will drown. The bubble allows the embryo to exchange oxygen through the shell. Place the eggs on the substrate in the egg box carefully. After all the eggs are in the egg box, place the egg box in the incubator. Incubation takes approximately 58 days. During this time, you should open your incubator once a day to allow fresh air in so there is enough oxygen, and make sure your temperature and humidity is correct. Approximately 58 days later, the hatchling ball pythons will use their egg tooth to cut through the egg. Do not try to handle the newborn snakes. They need a day or two to absorb the egg yolk. After the hatchlings have absorbed the yolk, they will completely exit the egg. At this time, you can remove them, wash them with slightly warm water, and place them in their own enclosure. Well, that's the video. Hopefully that helps you out, and thanks for watching.